Hi there, Shane here from Airsoft, and today I've got another pistol to show you. This pistol is a Ruger, or a copy of a Ruger I should say, made by KJW. And the Ruger is a really cool gun that was actually made in 1949 by a chap called Bill Ruger. And he actually copied the Ruger off a pair of Japanese Nambu pistols that he brought off a returning Marine after World War II. And he actually recreated those in his garage and came up with this, which looks very close to those original Japanese Nambu pistols, as well as looking a lot like a Luger. So it's a very iconic gun, it looks fantastic. I never thought I'd be this excited about a gun that is literally this cheap. It's actually the cheapest gun on our website at the moment. We've made a slight change to it out of the box, which I will declare now. So we've actually brought the power on these down, because out of the box they come in at around about 415, 420 FPS, which for most airsoft sites is probably going to be more than they're going to let you use in a pistol. And there's nothing worse than turning up on a game day, chronoing your gun and being told to leave it in the car. That's a really disappointing experience. So we've actually pre-downgraded these as standard, so they now fire between 300 and 325 FPS out of the box. So you can use this from day one at the moment you get this gun. Anyway, without further ado, let's have a look inside the box. So the Ruger arrives in a box like this. To be honest, at the price this gun is, I really expected this to turn up in a really nasty, rubbish sort of, brown, light colour brown box that, cheap guns normally arrive in. But they actually took a bit of time with this and actually even staged an image on the front, so actually it's not unpleasant to look at. But let's face it, the box is probably the least exciting thing about this and probably the last reason you'd buy this gun. So let's have a look inside. So, pop the top off. Inside, you've got the manual. So, as you'd expect from a manual, it's got all the usual kind of stuff. Exploded diagram, there's a free target there. Exploded diagram actually is pretty good. I'm trying to get it in front of the camera. In the fact that it's got pretty clear numbers that refer to parts there. So if anything ever did go wrong, it's easy for us or yourself to find the right part for this gun to repair something that breaks, but hopefully that shouldn't happen. But with some guns, it can be a pain trying to work out which bit you need if something breaks or goes missing or falls off in the field. The manual itself got some pretty good references there in terms of actually explaining things. I think it's a pretty good illustration of all the working parts of this gun, and it's actually written in pretty clear English as well, so it's fairly easy to understand. So that's the manual, and here's the gun. Gun arrives packaged in this kind of cellophane, so we'll just pop that off. Out it comes, and there is the Ruger. Good looking gun, I think. Most of this, if I'm honest with you, is actually made of ABS. There's a few bits of metal, such as the trigger, the magazine, I believe the sights as well are metal, but other than that, it's mostly plastic, which again, for the price, I don't think is highly unusual, but I think actually it's pretty decent quality ABS plastic at that. There's not a lot of creak or wobble, to be honest. I think it's really well put together for a plastic gun, and one of the things that really surprised me was this. This is a little hole here for an Allen key to go in to adjust the hop, which for a gun of this price and being non-blowback, I was really impressed to see it actually did have a hop. And when I tested these out earlier, they were hopping the hell out of a 0.25, so I reckon you could run this on 0.3s and have no issue and still be able to hop them. Pretty good range as well. I was reliably hitting a target at about sort of 25-30 metres, which, for a pistol of this value, I think is pretty good, to be honest. It won't be the most amazing pistol you buy, but I don't think that's why you buy this gun. This is kind of perfect for some really niche kind of period games, or if you want a nice, cool, sort of stealth-looking pistol for, backup as a sniper. There's lots of things you might want this for. But overall, I think it looks pretty good. I'll talk you through some other features. As I mentioned earlier, your hop-up's there, you pop Allen key in, and clockwise tightens it and applies more hop-up, obviously, and anti-clockwise obviously applies less hop. At the rear here, you've got adjustable rear sights, and you've got a fixed sight at the front there. Your safety is just here, and your magazine release is just there. If I'm honest with you, it is a bit of a faff putting a magazine out, or taking a magazine out of this. Put one in is easy. So that just pops in there. You want the mag out, you've got to slide that there and just kind of grip it and pull it down. Other than that, I think it's a really well designed gun. And these normally come in firing at around about 415, 420 FPS out the box, meaning that when you turn up to an airsoft site with one of these you've just brought, you probably won't get a chance to use it. So what we've done, we've actually pre-downgraded, as I mentioned earlier, so now these should be site legal for most sites, if not all sites that you go to in the UK. Anyway, I think that probably concludes all the things I'd normally talk about on this. Any questions you've got, do let me know in the comments or drop me a message. Happy to talk you through and answer any queries you've got. These are now on the website at the moment, so do feel free to go and get yourself one. Any questions, just let us know.